Hi guys, this is another project which I really enjoy. It's particularly good for working with children, but you don't need to be a child to do this. I enjoy doing this. So we're going to be making some really sweet little pots that we're going to put seeds in. You can put seeds or you can put cuttings in. You don't need to go out and buy a pack of seeds. You can just be thinking about what you actually have in your own kitchen. So there's lots of YouTube videos about where you can get seeds from, or how you can get seeds and pips and so on from the fruit and vegetables and so on that you might have in your kitchen. Different size pots, so depending on the size of the newspaper that you use, doesn't need to be newspaper, but newspaper is really good because of the way it will biodegrade. So obviously the seed or the cutting can be in this while it's quite little, and then that would be planted out, and so once it is planted out, the paper is going to biodegrade. So the newspaper that I'm using is the Happy News, because it's lovely, also because it's super colourful, so I'll hopefully be able to get some really nice pots out of this, even if it's coloured edges and so on. So I feel like that's a really nice statement to make. So yeah, the colourful pages in your newspaper are really the best ones to use. They're really exciting. They look fun and they look pretty. And the other, the smaller pot that I made, this little one here, I was just upcycling the wrapping from toilet rolls that are from this company who gives a crap, and that's where I get my toilet rolls from. They're a very ethical company, and a lot of their profits, 50% of their profits, go towards creating toilets in areas that have poor sanitation. So they also use materials that's recycled or bamboo, which is very environmentally friendly. So I'm a big fan of this company, so if you can support them, do, particularly at this time where toilet paper is a big talking point. I wanted to highlight them as a fantastic option for those of us who have good sanitation. So I've prepared a little video which I'm going to tag on to the end of this, which shows you how to make this little origami pot. It's only a piece of paper, so it's not going to hold too much weight, so you could use it for other things. You might decide you wanted to make a more difficult project for yourself, where you get used to making these pots by starting with a large sheet and working towards a smaller and smaller sheet, so almost like the Russian dolls where you could stack them inside each other. Or you might decide you want to make them out of a range of different colours, but essentially all of the folds that you create in the piece of paper will create this without you needing to use any glue, tape, etc. So you don't need anything else for that. And then my friends who did this, they pick a name on the side of the page. So Heather and Claire, they'll pick a name on the side of the pot and decide that's the name of the plant that's going to be in it, which I absolutely love. So I highly recommend that as well. Hopefully this will be a nice fun project and get people really thinking about using the materials that we've got. So you really just need some sheets of paper or newspaper and a piece of fruit, so that you could get the seeds out of it, and look online, as I said, for any additional advice, and enjoy making these. Have lots of fun. Take care, guys. Bye. So the first thing we're going to do is to take a page of the newspaper that we want to use. Let's go for a central page, and oh, excellent. So this one's going to have a little bit of a rainbow on it. So you want to take that central page, take whichever page has some interesting bits and pieces on it, and you're going to put the page out in front of you. Ignore any folds that already exist because they won't necessarily help, but you're then going to take this top corner and line it up nicely with the other corner, and then make sure that's well pressed. So give it a new crease along that bottom edge. Okay, we are then going to take this corner over to the other side and crease the middle nicely. Okay, so we want really nice sharp edges, and then you're opening that out again in front of you. Okay, what we're then going to do is we're going to take this corner into the middle, so you can keep your finger on that middle point. Some of you might like to draw a line up the middle of the page first, that's also fine. Got England's winning World Cup team, credit diversity, that's a lovely story there. And we're going to fold the other side in as well. Okay, once you've got to that point, you're then going to take this top edge here and we're going to bring it to this middle point. So we're going to fold it over, crease it all the way along. There we go. And then we're going to fold that over again. And then we're going to turn the page over. When we turn it over, I prefer to work with this point at the top, so it's almost like a house. And the first thing we're going to do is bring the sides in. So we bring the sides in to that middle point, again where you've done a fold along this edge. So we're bringing that in. If it helps you, do, as I said, draw a line down from that point all the way down so that you know where to line it up. And you're just going to make a really nice clean fold there. And then we're going to bring the other side in as well. So bringing that into the middle and folding it nice and carefully down that edge. We're then going to fold the bottom corners in so that we're then creating a totally different shape. We're mirroring the shape at the top, but the reason that we're folding this bottom edge in, you might not need to do that depending on the shape of the piece of paper that you're using, but I need to do that because I need to tuck this piece, which I'm going to fold up, I need to tuck it in behind the flaps that were already created. Okay, so if that makes sense, that's now tucked in behind those flaps there. What I now need to do is take this rooftop and crease at those corners to fold it down and give that a nice sharp edge. And then I'm going to do the same in reverse. So I'm going to fold it. Now this is going to create the base of the pot. So what I also want to do is I'm going to open it out and I want to take this corner here, this top point, over to the side. And I only need to crease that just along this edge here. So just the middle point. That crease is just going to help when we open the pot out. So now I can push the pot open. You can see that crease has allowed the base to fold in. I can then start to squeeze out any of those edges, give them really nice strong creases. Some bits will be slightly stronger than others, that's absolutely fine. And then we've got more of the rainbow hidden, never mind. But we've got a nice pink edge on some of those sides. And then we've got our next little box that we can pop a seed into. My friends who've already done this would choose a name on the side of the pot. There's Carl there, so I think this seedling is going to be called Carl, which is nice. So enjoy.